Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is why I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games. So dear viewer, if you don't mind, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. My history with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles goes all the way back to the late 80s. Not only is that when I started to get into the graphic novels, it was also when probably the most popular, or at least most spoken of, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing came into existence, that being the 1987 cartoon series. And while it was very different to the graphic novels, a lot more kid-friendly, I enjoyed it nonetheless. Such fond memories of coming home from school just to watch that very cartoon. Not just that one, but other franchises like Masters of the Universe, Thundercats, Inspector Gadget, Transformers, of course. But safe to say, I was obsessed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Be it the graphic novels, be it the cartoon, be it the action figures, some of which I still have. And I keep them very close to my heart, somewhere beneath my 4th and 5th rib on the left side. But anyway, as a consequence of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' popularity, we not only got an absolutely fantastic movie series starting in 1990, we also started to get video games. And of course, being the video game fanatic that I am, I scooped them up like a hungry person might scoop up soup on their spoon. Of course, we had the absolutely dreadful Nintendo game, which to this day is still one of the hardest bloody video games I've ever played. We had other fantastic entries like the arcade game, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, the Hyperstone Heist, Tournament Fighters, a couple of other Nintendo games. And I've always had a thing for playing video games based on popular franchises, especially those based on 80s cartoons, or even movies. And while we don't have a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games based on the movies, though there are a few, there was one released in 2007 for TMNT which I very much enjoy. No, most of these video games, I think, take their inspiration from the cartoon, the original cartoon series. Though there were some PlayStation 2 games which were heavily based on some of the revival series of Turtles that you would catch on something like Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon, how I loved that channel. Rugrats, Hey Arnold. If you've not guessed already, dear viewers, I'm a massive fan of cartoons. So of course I'm going to love video games based on them. As soon as a new Turtles game is even whispered about, I'm already preparing to buy the bloody thing. Be it a beat-em-up one, be it the most recent entry, Splintered Fate, which was a kind of roguelite game. Not my favorite Turtles game, but a good one nonetheless. I even like a lot of the 3D efforts. My favorite probably being Out of the Shadows, which released for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, which might be seen as a kind of controversial choice, but this is the game that is probably the closest to those original graphic novels, in my opinion. It's a bit more serious in tone, probably taking a lot of inspiration from the Batman Arkham series, which was popular at the time. And no better series to take inspiration from than that. And as Turtles fans, we've been quite spoiled with video games. Which of course is splendid, but it means that some of the other franchises that I've been heavily into, I'm looking at you, Masters of the Universe and Thundercats, have not been so lucky in the video game department. Though we do have a Masters of the Universe game coming out next year, so you can bet your third nipple I'm looking forward to that. And if you haven't already noticed, my character of choice when I'm playing these Turtles games is always Leonardo. Heaven knows why, but maybe I just like the fact he uses a sword, or that he's the leader. Maybe I see myself as some kind of leader. I don't own any swords though. Well, not ones that aren't plastic anyway. Many a night, Bertrum and I will practice our fencing with those plastic swords. Don't we, Bertrum? Bertrum, wake up, Bertrum! Never mind, go back to sleep, Bertrum. And while a lot of video game movie tie-ins or games based on cartoons tend to be not that well received, I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is one of the most consistent franchises as far as video game quality goes. Turtles in Time is probably still most people's favorite, but of course we have the recent Shredder's Revenge, which admittedly does take a lot of inspiration from Turtles in Time, but is an absolutely fantastic game in its own right, developed by those talented bastards that made Streets of Rage 4. And recently, Absalom. I'm sure it's Absalom. Or is it? Is it Absalom? Never mind, we're not here to talk about that game. Nostalgia. I think that's what it is. That plays a big influence on why I still love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and everything associated with it, be it the video games, of course, the movies, the graphic novels, the action figures. I guess it all comes from my stern stubbornness to become an adult. Yes, I know, I sound like I'm probably about 100 years old, but I don't feel it, not inside. That's why I continue to play everything from my childhood, be it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, be it Thundercats. I'm still into Transformers. Masters of the Universe 1987 is still my absolute favorite movie of all time, followed very closely by The Mask of Zorro. And that's another bloody thing I want a good video game for. Why can no one make a good Zorro game? We had one on the PlayStation 2, which was dog shit. We had one on the PlayStation 4, which was even bigger dog shit. Please, game developers out there, I want you to take every single franchise that I adore and make a video game for it. Like I said though, luckily we're getting a Masters of the Universe one next year. And there's a new Marvel game coming out next month, so I'm of course ecstatic about that. So what'll be next for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I wonder? There was an announcement for The Last Ronin, but I don't know if that's still happening or when it will happen. I'm still waiting for that tactical RPG to come out for the PlayStation, but I'm not the biggest fan of tactical RPGs, but because it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you can bet I'll buy it day one. So there you have it. There's maybe a little insight into why I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles so much, particularly the video games. There's still games I play today, and there'll be games that I will continue to play, probably until the day I drop dead. Or get murdered by Shredder, whatever comes first. So if you enjoyed this little insight, dear viewers, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. We have recently started channel memberships here on YouTube, so you can give them a look if you want. Thank you in advance, but please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewers, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants. And no one wants to be a booby pants.